Warning: this video contains clips and excerpts of a humorous nature not normally found in math class. These are intended to fight the adolescent condition known as short attention span, found heavily in the modern teen, especially when in school. The only thing you should attempt at home is the math. The rest, you just laugh at.
Hi, welcome back to AT Math. Today, 6-5, solving linear inequalities. Why this will be easier than catching a ball at a baseball game. Now, you know a linear equation is a line on a graph. Now, a linear inequality is similar, but instead of an equal sign, it uses an inequality instead, such as less than or greater than, and the such. So if x equals 2, you have a dot. It means it's at 2. X is greater than 2, well, okay. Open circle means not 2 itself, but anything greater than 2. X is less than 2, action still at 2, but less than, not 2, but anything less than 2. Greater or equal, dark circle, meaning 2 is included and anything greater. And finally, x is less than 2, dark circle, and less than, so 2 or less. So some more refreshers. Yummy, yummy. Now a linear equation example. Y equals 2x plus 1. So remember, you go up 1, then up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Nothing new there. Now here's the difference. If I say y is greater than 2x plus 1, greater or equal to, it's just this, so it's still this line, or any y value above this line. In other words, this is still our line, but it can also, the y value can also be greater than this line itself. So basically this line and anything above it. So wherever the line is, I can shade above. Now why did I shade below? Because this thing can just keep on stretching, and you get the idea. It keeps going like that. Now you try. Y is greater or equal to x minus 5. Remember, draw the line first for x minus 5, then shade above. Go ahead and try. Hopefully you got this. All these smiley faces. So yeah, you have negative 5, then up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and shade above it. Quick break. And back. Same with less than. So here we have y equals x minus 2. So down 2 and then up 1 over 1. But with the less than or equal to, we not only make the line, but we also shade below it. Because the number is less than is also correct. So in other words, the equal sign still means that the dark circle, the dark line works, but anything below it does as well. You try. Y is less or equal to negative 1x plus 2. Go ahead. Did you get this? Up 2, but then down 1 over 1, and I can shade below. Quick break. And back. Now, a less than without an equal sign is a little different. So in other words, y is less than 3x minus 2. Same procedure, except I go down 2 and then up 3 over 1 is normal. But because there's no equal sign, I can't make this a full line. I just make it a dotted line, meaning that's the border. And we just shade above or below. Just like there's a border in our country with Canada and Mexico. There's no official line per se. There's no actual mark on the ground. But we realize that's simply a border point. That's simply the split between one and the other. So here you have y is less than 3x minus 2. So in this case it's less than. So it's a dotted line instead of a full line. You try, go ahead. Did you get this? Plus 2, down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, shade above with these pretty stars. Quick break. And back. Now we're going to do the same thing, but now we have to put this in a y equals mxb format. You can also look at page 415 in the Algebra 1 book to help you. Same thing, minus 3x to both sides, so we have minus 3x, Then instead of times 2, I'm going to divide 2 by everything. Okay. I get y is greater or equal to negative 3 halves x plus 3. You can make negative 1.5x, but I wouldn't. I would just put negative 3 on top and positive 2 on the bottom. So go up 3 and then down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2, and it's greater than, so you shade above, equals, so it actually is a full line, not a half, not a dotted line, I mean. Now you try, go ahead. Did you get this? Remember, it's dotted because it's just greater than. Break. And back. Now, while this is the point of the lesson today, here is what a lot of your homework questions will be about. And you can look at page 418, problem 2. It'll say, tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the given inequality. They'll give you the set they want you to try, the ordered pair. We'll say 0, 3, which means if x is 0 and y is 3. All you have to do, well, there's two ways you can do it. The question is asking whether it'll be in the area that will be shaded. Well, first you can just graph this. Y is less or equal to negative x plus 3, so up 3, down 1 over 1. And 0, 3 is right on the line. Because it's equal to as well, it does actually work. It is a solution. Well, based on the graph, the dot is actually on the line, which is okay, since the equation has an equal sign. Although you don't actually even need to graph, you can just plug in the 0 here and the 3 here and see what you get. 3 is less or equal to negative 0 plus 3. Remember, negative 0 just means 0, so 3 is less or equal to 3. Since the equation is true, the coordinate point fits inside the original equation, so it is a solution. You try, go ahead. You could either just stick it in or graph. I did both. I went ahead and did this. See how it easily fits inside here. Or if you plug it in, it becomes 2 is greater than negative 2. True statement, so it is a solution to the problem. Break. And back. Now remember, if you have to switch the y form for a positive negative, you switch the sign. So remember, if I have this here, this guy here, I'll first minus 2x to both sides, but then because I'm dividing by negative 4 to all three, the greater than becomes a less than. So minus 3, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, shade below. It is a dotted line because it was a less than, not equal to. And there you have it. You try. Did you get this? I didn't shade the inside there or whatever. Yeah, shade. And there we have it. Word problem. Sarah can spend at most $7.50 on vegetables. Broccoli costs $1.25 per bunch and carrot costs 75 cents per package. Let's break it down. The most you can spend is $7.50 on this. Now, some of you young people may not realize, but you don't have to always spend all your money at one time. So it is possible to spend less than what you have. So less or equal to is a good thing. Now, broccoli is $1.25 per bunch, carrots 75 cents per bunch. It doesn't matter which I make my X and which I make my Y. That's not important. I can be either or. It really has no significance. So I'll say broccoli is the 1.25x, although it could very well be 0.75x for carrots. It makes no difference. So 1.25x and 0.75y together is less or equal to $7.50. So a hint, I just times by 100 to get rid of all these pesky decimals. So now I get 125x plus 75y is less or equal to 750, minus by 125x, minus by 125x. Divide them all by 75. Looks like y is less or equal to negative 5/3 x plus 10. Go up 10, Down 5 over 3, down 5 over 3, shade below, but it's a full line. So it's all this and the line, and there you have it. And we're done. A little difficult lesson. Feel free to review it again. Take notes, turn them in 10 points. Thanks again. Bye.
The Florida Everglades, the setting for an all-American face-off. Cruising the waters, the alligator. Pound for pound, gators are the hardest biters on the planet. Patrolling the shore, the black bear. Smarter than the average reptile, he combines brute strength with animal savvy. Let's look at what each brings to the fight. Contender number 1, the American alligator. Straight out of the egg, they know how to kill. These tiny terrors grow up to become the biggest and baddest beasts in the swamp. Males can reach nearly 15 feet and 1,100 pounds. But there are records of gators up to 20 feet long. That ranks them alongside the biggest crocodiles. The bad news for this reptile is that its brain is only the size of a walnut. The alligator's attack is a lethal mix of raw bite power and wrenching death roll. And those powerful jaws are studded with 80 teeth. With 3,000 pounds of bite force, the alligator gives new meaning to jaws of death. Now for its opponent, the American black bear. He weighs 600 pounds and stands 6 feet tall. He has a large brain, a good memory, and can solve tricky problems. Powerful jaws and 2.5-inch canines mean he can eat everything on the menu. Insects, berries, and fresh meat when he can catch it. Black bears are superb triathletes, good climbers, fast runners, up to 30 miles an hour, and confident swimmers. With 1,500 pounds of bite, a black bear can sink his canines through skin, muscle, and bone. Two contenders are bracing for the ultimate face-off. One of them is about to get swamped as the alligator and black bear go head-to-head. The fight is on. The stealthy alligator has the element of surprise. With powerful jaws, it seizes the bear and rolls. But all it's grabbed is a mouthful of fur, fat, and muscle. Hurt but not fatally wounded, the bear fights back. The reptile counters with a tail swipe, but the smarter bear anticipates the attack. Running out of steam, the alligator tries to retreat. This marks the turning point. When the bear lunges, the alligator tries to roll free and exposes its soft underbelly. Later, gator.